Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to talk about how to hit your driver over 50 yards further. Right then guys, so I know that's a really bold claim I've made at the start of this video, and I'm actually going to talk about something that I see a lot of golfers do, and it was particularly evident for one of my guys that came in to see me the other day. So I'm going to use his information and talk about what he was doing at the start and what we changed to. And the real key was how we made an improvement at setup with driver that really helped him deliver the club in a fashion to get optimal performance out of driver. And it just might be something that might pick up over 50 yards for you. So guys, if you're new down to the channel, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. If you're a regular viewer, welcome back. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. If you enjoy today's content and you don't currently subscribe, please consider clicking the button, ringing the notification bell, and let's make sure you get my content as soon as it lands. But for now, let's show you how to get over 50 yards extra with your driver. Right then guys, so I get lots of people in front of me, and you know, you might be one of these, which is why you're watching this video, who feel that they're generally very, very good with their irons, but when they get into driver, they just don't hit any drives, anything like they feel they should do. And this video is very much about kind of a pupil I had in last week, really strong with his irons, maybe ball flight a touch on the low side, but just driver, really low flight, no distance at all. I mean, the one I'm going to show you, actually, he got up in the air quite well for him. And I'm going to show you some numbers to begin with off TrackMan, talk about what he was doing, and then what we adjusted to pick up over 50 yards with driver. Really simple. He understood what he was trying to do, but just was getting nowhere near it. So when we look at this first drive that he has hit, we can see a carry distance of 190 yards, rolling out 231, but we can see the problem is the low point of his golf swing is actually after the golf ball, and the club's travelling down 3 degrees, so he's only launching the ball at 4.9 degrees. So the little challenge for a lot of golfers is obviously driver hasn't got a lot of loft, but what my client was doing was, as he was setting up to the golf ball with driver, he had the ball nicely forward, which for him, he felt that then he should get the low point behind the ball and get hitting up on it, kind of keeping some loft or even adding loft to the driver, and then hope for that upward strike, maybe keep a little bit of spin off the ball. Now his backspin was actually not bad, it was only about 2,600, but what we tended to see, very like he did with his irons, as he set up, he tended to get his sternum very, very straight up, or if anything, slightly leaning towards the target, and if anything his left shoulder was level with his right. So actually all that created in the golf swing was, as he swung in, like we saw, the low point was after the ball, he was taking all the loft off the golf club. I just never got the ball up and flying. So we spoke initially about, you know, was he aware of what he was trying to do in the golf swing? And he said, yes, I understand that I should be hitting up on the ball. And I said, so what kind of do you do with your irons? He said, well, I know I hit down. So we actually discussed that to hit down, he had to get the low point after the golf ball. So to hit up, we needed to create a way of moving that low point behind the golf ball. And a really easy way of doing that was simply changing his setup. So taking him from where he was, with that spine angle being too vertical, and actually trying to get him to tilt away from the golf ball. So straight away, we did a few practice swings and it felt very, very different for him. But certainly, as he did that, we said how this would encourage the low point to be behind the golf ball and get the club travelling up. So literally, like I said, we did a few practice swings, got a feel for it. But then we introduced the golf ball and the difference was unbelievable. So we're going to flick over now to actually what he produced. And this was his first shot with the change at setup. So we moved the low point just under an inch behind the ball. He hit up on the golf ball 1 degree, launched it at 13.2 instead of 4.9, and his carry went up to 263 with a total of 289. So what's great with the Optimizer on TrackMan is it shows what the potential is. So Sam did pick up some club head speed, but it was his angle of attack that changed most. And it went from 227.253 to his potential being 270 and 296. But the most impressive thing was then the fact that not only did his potential go up, but actually his ability to get very, very close to that potential. And I do think with most guys that because they feel very comfortable with irons, they don't change that setup. So like we said, ball's still forward, which is great, but we want that spine angle to tilt slightly away from the golf ball. And then make that swing, and let's really take advantage of delivering the golf club much better. And hopefully picking up at least 50 yards off the tee. But put that into practice, guys, particularly if you're someone who is very strong with their irons, but struggles a bit with driver. Little tweak to set up, improve the way you deliver the club. Let's enjoy longer, straighter drives. Right then, guys, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. I mean, hopefully they're a really, really simple little change in setup that can give a massive difference in delivery of driver and really alter your launch conditions with driver. Hopefully you'll see as big an improvement as my client did. You know, I mean, that was absolutely massive and is going to be game-changing off the tee for him. You might not be as exaggerated as him, but certainly if you are somebody that struggles with driver, that should really help. So if you have enjoyed the video, like and share it, comment below. I'll get back to as many of you as I can. If you don't currently subscribe, please click the button, ring the notification bell, make sure you get my videos as soon as they drop. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.